Okay, here we go. Part 2. Probably gonna play a game or two, and that is it for bed. Probably shouldn't even be playing this. Here's my rankings. Finally got in the top 10,000. Here we go. Let's see what's left out here.
The NFL on EA Sports has come to the Twin Cities at US Bank Stadium in downtown Minneapolis. Coming up, we've got what can only be described as a mirror image matchup between the Minnesota Vikings and themselves. The Florida Atlantic man, Greg Joseph, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. First down, here's Cousins.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Greg Joseph on for the extra point. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And he is not going to make it. They stop him up short, and this will remain a 6-0 ball game. Boy, so they don't get the conversion, but they're going to go right into the onside kick formation. And whistle blown. A timeout here is taken, and it's taken by the kicking team. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Kene Nwagu now out of his end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They start the drive with Cook.
And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Working out of the gun, Cousins. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. They'll look to throw. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. 20, 10, touchdown, Vikings. T.J. Hockenson, 78 yards. And the Vikings are an extra point away now from moving out in front.
Joseph connects on the extra point.
And they take the lead here at 7-6.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Nwagu now from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. They'll start out here with a jet sweep.
That's to about the 28. 2nd down coming up.
And he powers his way up past the 30. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Yeah, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1.
4th and short, partner. I mean, this would be a really risky call. Here we are in the first quarter.
On your own side of the field.
Own side of the field. But, boy, what a tone setter that would be to go for it and get it, wouldn't it?
You're gritty today. I like it.
I'm feeling it.
Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback.
And this will be a Vikings first down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line.
In lieu of the sneak on 4th and inches, they just say, give it to the big man in the backfield.
Yeah, fullback no less. Not many of those left in the NFL, but for those that have one, perfect time to use them, perfect time to get it done.
They'll try to throw now. Cousins. He's going to loft one deep left side here.
And that's going to be incomplete. Boy, nearly intercepted right away.
Almost feels like anything you can do, we're going to try and match or do better. We've already seen 1 touchdown pass from the opposition. They tried to equal it on that throw.
Oh, what a move. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10, down at the 33. From the gun, here's Cousins. Flushed out right. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Cook up the gut. And he'll get it down inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Throwing is Cousins. And he fires one that's intercepted.
And the Vikings will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
You've got to know as a quarterback that it's going to be tough to outthink this guy in the defensive backfield. He's been at it 11 years now, so he knows all the ins and outs of the position. And he's in the right spot there to come up with the interception.
And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. But following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Play fake. Cousins.
They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. And not the first.
Why would you quit? Why would you quit? You're up. I'm not going to do that. Are you freaking ridiculous? Get out of here. He's going to quit.
Quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. After one, a 1-point game, 7-6.
On the jet sweep, here comes Jefferson.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll be 4th down. The give to the fullback on the dive. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion, and defensively pure frustration. First down, here's the run with Cook. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
2nd and goal from inside the 5.
Again, it's Cook. Yeah, this time he'll get down close to the goal line, but not quite in as he's stopped at the 1-yard line.
They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And they will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. C.J. Ham taking it in from a yard out.
And the Vikings are once again back in front.
Cousins will try and throw. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
On 2nd down, Cook. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And they will get him down, but not before he gets very good yardage there, as that will lead us right into the 2-minute warning.
27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion. A 1st down throw for Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
A give to Cook out of the gun. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
And complete right side to Cook. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And it'll be 2nd down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Off the play fake, Cousins. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Daniil Hunter, that is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game. I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
And with decent starting field position, they're maybe only a couple completions away from field goal range.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Cousins now from the 50. Eluding the pressure right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third.
Oh, that's good decision-making right there. Understood down and distance. Knew it wasn't third down, and he still had another opportunity to earn the first down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
Final play of the half, Cousins. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. Run those extra defenders on the field. Dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit in the football.
They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to go for a big play downfield. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
Buying time to his left. And it's going to be caught. Not sure why they went for 2, but they do get it.
Hey, get in there, get what you want. Get in there, get what you want.
Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. Nwangu now from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
On play action, Cousins steps away. Now he'll square up and throw deep left sideline. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
They've been trying and trying, but they haven't sacked him yet. He's been able to get away and make plays. Tried to make another one downfield right there, but to no avail. They'll have to keep up the pursuit, though, and not let him get high.
Up the middle, it's Cook. And some room to work. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
81 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that, the nickel look. 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then? You take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
And this throw will be intercepted.
It's Cameron Dantzler who picks it. And the Vikings are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
And they just got a little help from their defense forcing the turnover. Now can they make that pay off in points?
They need to, partner. They're down on the scoreboard. Need to take advantage of those opportunities, and this is a good one right in front of them.
Cousins now to throw on first down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Vikings pick up the football. And they are going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return.
Oh man, don't be a poor sport. Okay, I think we'll do 1 or 2 more. We'll see. We gotta go back and get back in because people are turning off their games.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the state of Florida and TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Minnesota Vikings and the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Florida Atlantic man, Greg Joseph, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Jacksonville. Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. Oh, a good return up past the 30. Past midfield. He's at the 30. 10, 5, and he will score. Touchdown. So
you know what happens, too? Now you got to translate what that means, because I think for the team that just scored, their defense, I think they'll be more aggressive now. They'll be bolder. They're playing with a lead and an early one and some momentum. So if you're the offensive coordinator on the other side of the field, you better be prepared for some heavy pressure coming your way. They're going to try and get another big score and a big one early.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw.
Pulls it in at the 13. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
They go play action. Cousins sliding out of the pocket. And right away, he lost the football. And the Jags grab it. And he brings this one back. A fumble return for a Jacksonville score. Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
Pulls it in at the 13. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're down 15-0 here already, needing to jumpstart this offense. 1st and 10. Flush to his right. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
Partner, there's a downside to everything, and the danger of man coverage is if you're locking down your target, you often turn your back to the quarterback and you don't see him. Sometimes you open up a big lane for him to hit you for big yardage, and that was an astute play by him to scramble out, see that lane, and burn them for a first down.
And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage.
Andre Cisco there on the stop.
Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Cousins escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
That's to Cook out of the backfield. And he'll only get this to the 47. He needed a few more yards to pick up the first. Fourth down, Cousins rolling to his left. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game, and the Jags take over in terrific field position.
60 yards. Check 52. Quickstone, travel.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. He'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Chandon Sullivan. And the Vikings are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered, they'd have the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there, 2nd down.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. On the jet sweep, here comes Jefferson. He'll be taken down well behind the line, and I think he might have just given those 4 yards right back. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Throwing, Cousins. He's going to let this one go deep. He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Vikings. K.J. Osborne, 72 yards. And the Vikings get a bit closer. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Joseph connects on the extra point. And this is back to an 8-point game. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ballgame.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
They go play action now. Lawrence. Pressure coming,
coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Daniil Hunter from his outside linebacker spot, forcing the sack for a loss of 8. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. It'll be a gain of 5, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked by Cameron Bynum. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
Oh, it's on now? Yeah.
From the pistol, they run it with Cook. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Now Cousins. Rolling to his right. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
They'll try the middle with Cook. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Running for the first time with a fullback, C.J. Ham. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down. Once more, it's the fullback Ham. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. C.J. Ham taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Vikings are back within a couple of the lead. Well, if at first you don't succeed, try again. They go to the big man. Second time he gets it done.
Almost as if they were feeling like he was establishing a rhythm. Give it to him again and again, and how about the end result? Finishes it off in the end zone.
Touchdown, great run, and the score. A little surprising they wouldn't go for 2, but this is up and good. And this is now a 1-point game. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown.
Hopefully this one's not to the 16. Hopefully this one's not to the 16.
From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Come on, set. 60 kicks first.
On 2nd and 12, Lawrence. That complete over the middle. He's got Manhurts, the tight end. That one covers 29 yards. First down. On the counter, Etienne. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Lawrence will throw. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming third down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of the momentum. The other side is starting to gain.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. On play action, Lawrence. And Ingram holds it in. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars. Here's Lawrence. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Cameron Bynum. And the Vikings are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, they tried to take their shot right there, but the ball hung up a little too long, and it's intercepted.
And when you describe trying to take their shot right there, usually the ball has to be thrown on a little bit more of a line. You just mentioned it. The ball hung up there. The reaction time of the defenders, they win the day and intercept it.
Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
And that's not a play that you see all that often at the start of a drive, but some teams, they don't mind doing it. And that one, well sold by the offensive lineman. They showed the pass, and then they got out into space, able to get some good blocks downfield and allow the play to be successful.
And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. After the sack on first down, Cousins. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. This time they stay on the ground. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Cousins to throw for it on 4th. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and that will force a turnover on downs. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
He'll find ETN out of the backfield. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Well, I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield. Everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield. And he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting beat.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
It's Cameron Dantzler who picks it. And the Vikings force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Well, we heard all week that they were going to put the football in the air a lot. The problem is that is now 4 interceptions, Charles, that he has thrown in this first half. How do you treat a situation? What do you say to your quarterback right now?
Boy, that's an interesting question because a lot of it depends on the head coach and the people making the decisions. You have to know your quarterback and know if he's mentally tough enough to have a chance to turn it around. Or is he a guy that maybe you've seen enough and it's time to go to the backup? But right now what you're rooting for is your defense to help keep you in the game, to give him an opportunity to get back on track.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted.
Picked up by Andre Cisco. And the Jaguars are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. And how about this line out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. And the Vikings able to recover. The hands team does its job. But gutsy call there. You exit the locker room with a lead. Tried the onside kick. It didn't work.
And you just wonder what the gain was there. They were already in the lead. They were in control of the game. They may have given momentum now to their opponent and maybe kick-started things going in the opposite direction.
And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. He'll lose a yard there, and it's second and 11.
6 passes with 4 interceptions. Good job, buddy. Yep, about to be good enough for throwing picks.
Cousins. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Josh Allen, give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long.
So going for Jefferson downfield. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted.
Rayshawn Jenkins picks it off.
And the Jags are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
If you've been running that formation and you threw 4 picks in that bitch.
Push him back. Push him back. You got bombers. You got touchdown.
Now Lawrence to throw.
Now he lets it go deep for Kirk. And my
Good
goodness,
toss,
another interception.
And the Vikings are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line.
A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
A 3rd quarter now, a 1-point game as they line up 2nd and 10.
Cousins to throw it.
Good job, buddy.
He's got a man.
Oh,
complete.
man, learn how to fucking play.
The 20. Touchdown, Vikings.
Justin Jefferson.
An 80-yard touchdown.
And the Vikings have taken the lead here in this 3rd quarter.
And he's going to go down right at the line of scrimmage. The defense left him with nowhere to go, and the try for 2 is denied. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this 3rd quarter.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown.
The first minute of the game because you ain't scored since.
From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control.
Thank you again. Oh, I set my defense up for you. Good job.
Linebacker Brian
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, Charles, just some visibly frustrated players and coaches on that sideline right now because those halftime adjustments.
Oh man, what a sore loser. That's my favorite, shutting people up.
The NFL on EA Sports has come to the Twin Cities at U.S. Bank Stadium in downtown Minneapolis. Coming up, we've got what can only be described as a matchup between the Minnesota Vikings and themselves. And wow, a gamble here right off the bat, an onside kick to begin the game. And the Vikings able to recover. The hands team does its job. Now there's you don't get it, and now your back's against the wall a little bit.
You're exactly right. You nailed it perfectly. And so many ways to go at it when you're on the road. You think to yourself, well, if we start on defense, we blitz them early, try and create a big play. If we start on offense, we throw the big pass downfield. In this case, they said
the Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Daniil Hunter from his outside linebacker spot, forcing the sack for a loss of 8.
Okay, partner, a couple points of interest right here, all right? Offensively, we see that they came out throwing the football, but maybe more importantly, the blitz that came defensively, they got right after it.
And you were telling me pregame before we came on air, you think this is something we could see a lot.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it because this is a unit that wants to play the game on their terms. I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play, but sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one, weren't able to do so.
Open here, Adam Thielen. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Second down, they go right back to Cook. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
You know, every time we talk with people about the most important quality for a quarterback to have in the NFL, what do they usually cite?
Arm strength.
Yeah, and that's really way down on the list. Accuracy is one of the bigger ones, maybe the foremost one. That's what he needed on that play.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Now Cousins on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Flush to his right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, on 3rd down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the first, Charles.
And you use the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
He took a shot there, but boy, was that ill-advised from my viewpoint. Coverage was awfully tight. How did he get away with that one not being picked off?
On 2nd down, Cousins again. That'll be caught. It's Rager. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 14. A good pickup there at 22. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, 14 yards. And the Vikings get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Joseph connects on the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. Well, look at this. They got the 7-0 lead in the pocket, and they're going to try an onside kick. And the Vikings able to recover. The hands team does its job. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one. Force the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. On 2nd and 10, Cousins. And he's got this to Jefferson. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson, 47 yards. And the Vikings are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Kevin O'Connell choosing to leave his guys out there, and they'll go for 2. They'll look to throw. And it's caught. He's got it. So they go for 2. They convert, and along with it, they'll take an 8-7 lead. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Play action now. Cousins. On the run. He'll let this go deep right side. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson, 61 yards. And the Vikings have retaken the lead. They had just given up the lead, and they get it right back.
Yeah, how about that? Answered quickly. Got right back to it. And look, long drives have their place. We know that. They can wear teams down. But when you hit them with big plays like that, that can really be a shot to them. A big-time one.
Yeah, one play, but now your defense is probably saying, man, we could have used a little more rest over here. And he will bowl his way in there for the 2 points. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Well, the Vikings are pointing. They've got it. Minnesota football. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Charles, this offense, they've been on a roll. 2 drives ago, they scored. Remember, last drive was that one-play touchdown.
And that is caught at the 10-yard line. A big play there for Minnesota. 46 yards. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. They'll run with Cook. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up.
They'll try again.
And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown.
Dalvin Cook with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Joseph connects on the extra point.
And the lead now up to 14.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
To try again after the sack, Cousins.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked by Cameron Bynum. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Following the interception, Cousins.
Well, guys, I think that's night over. Time to bed. I gotta get up in 3 hours. Go back and check all my stuff. Have a good night, y'all.